Alright, literally a tree shade mechanic today. I am under a tree in the parking lot of my work, which is where I got my car after my carb caught fire and lost some belts. And the alternator bearings were shot, so new alternator. And yeah, we're gonna put some new alternator and belts on it. I'm gonna try and at least put, like I said, the carb caught fire, and so it's been a mess, but I'm gonna try and salvage my carburetor enough to get it home. And I have another carburetor on the way that's coming from a group that I'm in, and they have blessed me with one that'll work for the car. So right now I'm trying to get some other stuff. I got a thermostat, but I'm gonna try and get my car in my driveway. I'll change the thermostat and all that. It wasn't sticking too bad, but it's old. This car sat for about between 7 to 10 years. It'd been off the road since 2013, the last inspection sticker. So it had been off the road since 2013, and when I started on this car, the motor was locked up. Got it running, and you know, it's done pretty good. It's still not roadworthy, but you know, it's getting there, right? So I just need to knock some small stuff out. Which, you know as well as I do, small stuff adds up, but we're gonna get it. Just one thing at a time, right? And so I'm using a heavy duty deep cycle start battery on this car, so I should probably have some kind of a resistor for that, but let's see. I'm just making sure this one's the same, which I should have done before, but we'll be all right. This car has been fun, to say the least. People are like, why do you keep putting... Well, with old project cars, it's not it's... You're gonna be changing stuff. Things are gonna wear out. Brushes, bearings, stuff like that on a alternator, you know, it's gonna go bad from sitting. And you just gotta be prepared, you know. If you don't have a lot of money, you just have to take your time. Small things, right? I don't have a lot of money. I literally work part-time. But this is my therapy, if that makes sense. And so So yeah, we're gonna, but you know, it doesn't matter. You have to start somewhere. If you're a car enthusiast, you know, watch where your money's going, right? And spend what you can, you know. If you can't get it, wait till the next paycheck. You know, you can get overwhelmed real quick if you start thinking of the whole list that you need to get and thinking you want to get it running the next day. You know, it's just not, did I get this car running? Yes. I got it running pretty much the same day that I went and looked at it. I say that, it took me a whole day to get the motor unseized. But, I still got her going, and was there other stuff I had to get? Yes, I replaced my brake booster, my master cylinder. Both of those were bad, leaking, causing a horrible vacuum issue with the car. I should probably clean those diodes, but it'll be okay. Do that another day. Wow, so that's small. So looking at a 10 or 7/16. But again, like I was saying, you know, you have to start somewhere. Oh, I need to get a new ground wire. I'm glad I saw that. I'll change it later. Alright. This should slide right in. Come on. I know you want to fit. What's going on here? Hang on, guys. Stay. We've got some old threaded crap in here. Let's get that crap out. What is that? Oh, I'm taking it off. I wasn't looking for a project car. This one, a good friend of mine had, and you know, she was just trying to get rid of it, right? So the price, I just couldn't pass up. Or I wish I had that extra washer. We're gonna go with it. So I got it, you know. It was complete. It wasn't rusted out. You know, all my quarter panels, floor pan, frame, door skins. The only thing that had any major damage was where vinyl top was. But the lady's father had taken the vinyl top off, went ahead and primed and painted it before it got any worse. And it's really just where the seam line is between my back pillars all the way at the end and the top, and they just folded over. It's not welded and smooth because, well, your vinyl top covers that, right? And so come on, don't be a jackass. It's gonna be a jackass. Let's see if I can get it to not be a jackass. Without stripping it up. But You know, I'm just excited that I was able to get something I want to get. I drive a Nissan Rogue. Before the Rogue, I had a Chevrolet 2500 with a 6-liter 490 L80 transmission. And I had put so much work and time into that truck. And to go and get rid of that for this Rogue I have, I just felt like I went from quality to shit, you know? And I love older vehicles. They have a lot less electrical issues than a newer car today. You know, this car sat, like I said, seized up, right? Hadn't been on the road in 10 years plus, right? And spending just, you know, a day here, a day there, driving out to the location, and just spending a few hours each time I went out there, I got her to crank up, you know? Is there other stuff I need to do to the car? Yes, but I started somewhere. So I encourage you, if you're into this stuff, find you something, and it doesn't have to be your dream car, right? Start off with just anything, you know? For me, you know, did I ever dream of having an Oldsmobile? No. You know, but here I am with an Oldsmobile. And was I really for it when I first got it? I really wasn't that interested in it, to be honest with y'all. I didn't make sure none of that melted on my pulleys. Not really. I'm just making sure when I had that fire that none of my pulleys had any tar built up in it from the belts. I don't think I do. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna try and see. They want me to go down to 2 belts from 3. I say they, the parts house. So we're gonna see if it works, but that's gonna have to be a big freaking belt. It's gotta go around my alternator and my compressor. There ain't no way this is gonna fit. No, that's not gonna fit at all. Like, what were they thinking? There's no way. This little belt's gonna fit. Hell, I can't even get it to go from alternator to compressor, so that's not gonna work. Alright. Well, I guess that was it for this video. I'm gonna have to go back and get the right belt, because this is not gonna do it. Alright. Well, folks, I tried. Well, that's the end of this video. I guess I'll see y'all next time. I will go ahead and post this, because why not? But in case I didn't post the brake booster, I started on it, but I got the new brake booster, which it has some stuff on it now because the fire extinguisher and new master cylinder. And have a lot of stuff blocked off because I had to hose down my engine. As you can tell, I'm going to have to replace my cruise control, linkage vacuum, and some other things. So luckily, none of my electrical, none of my new plugs and wires, none of that overheated. Now, I do need to pull my distributor cap off because someone in the car page that I'm in on Facebook talked about how his caught fire and his distributor cap was fine, plugs were fine, but the rotor had, and components on the inside had melted. So I need to check that, make sure it didn't overheat and melt. But I guess I will see y'all on the flip side. Stay classy, and this is T with a 74 Olds. I will holler at y'all later.